Hey, what's up guys, I'm back from another video, and today I'm going to talk about the, not even, I was about to say potential Jabari Parker to the Bulls. He is going to the Bulls. The Milwaukee Bucks did not match his contract, which I can kind of understand due to him coming off that injury, that torn ACL that kind of benched him for the entire season. He had the worst season of his career since his rookie year, mostly because he barely got to play and he couldn't really get in a rhythm because he was hurt so long. And he's going to the Bulls. I think it's a very good move by the Bulls, and I don't really look down on the Bucks for not doing it because he had such a bad year due to his injury, and you never know if he's going to be the same player coming back from an ACL injury. But I mean, I would have at least tried to match it, especially for the contract he got. It wasn't out of this world expensive. I would have at least tried to match it if I was the Bucks. They decided not to. He's now a member of the Bulls. So I'm be going to reasons why it's going to help the Chicago Bulls, and like just why it helps improve them overall. And do I think they are making the playoffs? And I'm going to be getting into all that into this video. So without further ado, without me rambling on too much, let's get right into this video. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to get into is they're going to have a legit small forward. And now I know before y'all jump down my throat, he's a power forward, he can't play small. Shut up. He played small forward a couple times in college, but he also does fit the mold very, very well to be a small forward, as this dude is only 1 inch taller than the average small forward, and he can also guard the perimeter and is not too slow to guard a small forward because of just how athletic and how fast he actually is. He's very agile, very fast, very athletic, and he is pretty much the same height as the average small forward in the NBA, meaning he will have no problem guarding him. And right now, they have a decent small forward, but I mean, they could do better. That's pretty much their weakest position, as they have Justin Holiday. Justin Holiday is kind of Drew Holiday's, ugly stepsister. He's like all right, but he's kind of in the shadows of Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday is a much better player, much better defender, much better all-around player in my personal opinion. And I really do think that they really need a legit starting small forward. He would be a great bench piece. Justin Holiday would be an unbelievable bench piece, and I think that's where that's going to be his best role, is off the bench, being probably a 6th man of the year candidate. I really think he would be that type of player off their bench, and I think it would help them a ton to get him on the bench. And I think it would be a great fit for Jabari Parker to go to the 3, especially because I don't think they would move him to the power forward anyway, because they have players like Bobby Portis and Lauri Markkanen at the 4 right now. So I think the 3 is their only option, because the 4 is so young, has such high potential. They don't want to overstock that position and then stunt one of their young guys' growth. So move them to small forward, let Justin Holiday come off the bench. Everybody gets to develop. Everybody gets to be able to get the most out of their potential and everything. So I think it's just an all-around good move for the Bulls to move them to a small forward, and I think it fulfills their weakest position on the starting lineup right now, and I think it really helped, because now they're gonna have a starting lineup of Chris Dunn, Zach LaVine, Jabari Parker, Lauri Markkanen, and Robin Lopez. Now all they gotta do is get a somewhat decent center, and bada bing bada boom, you're in business and you have chances to be good and actually become a decent organization again, as they have not been that great since Jimmy Butler has left them. And even when they had Jimmy Butler, they really were only a first-round team. So ever since Derrick Rose, they really haven't been a threat for the NBA Finals. But if they're able to get right now, I think they're very close to being a playoff contending team. I think they might get the 8th seed. I'm not sure, but yeah, I think now that would be very helpful that they have a very solid starting 3, and it'll give them a very good starting 5. But now my second reason is going to be that they will have an extremely, unbelievably bright future. Just look at this. Now, besides that center, every position has young and promising players. Just look, Lauri Markkanen, he was a rookie. He had any other year, besides this year where rookies were just so talented for some reason, besides this year, he probably would have won Rookie of the Year any other year. This dude, as a rookie, averaged 15.2 points per game, 7.5 rebounds per game, and 36% from the 3. That is extremely efficient, especially for a rookie. And I mean, you can only expect better things to come of him next year. Then you have Chris Dunn, who had a great bounce-back sophomore year. His rookie year is very bad. He got traded from the Timberwolves, went to the Bulls, and he is thriving in that organization, averaging 13.4 points per game, 6 assists per game, and 4.3 rebounds per game, and only 14 minutes per game. He's doing an extremely efficient amount of scoring, passing the ball, and rebounding in a very little and limited amount of time. And then obviously, they also got Zach LaVine in that trade, who didn't play very much due to his injuries, but when he did play, averaged 16 points per game, 3 assists per game, 3.9 rebounds per game, and only also 14 minutes per game. He got very little minutes, was extremely efficient, can score, can pretty much get to the basket at will. extremely athletic, as we know from the dunk contest. The dude has a chance to become a future all-star, and along with the other two I just mentioned. And then obviously they just now added Jabari Parker, who will be at small forward, and he also did not get to play a lot, so that's going to be a downfall. They might be very injury prone, but they also might not, because besides the injuries that they suffered this year, they're not really known for being injured in the past, especially because of how young they are. But this year was pretty much the only time they had those serious injuries like they did. And now that with Jabari Parker, he averaged only 12.6 points per game, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. Not that good, but like I said, pretty much the entire year he was injured and out with that ACL injury. But last year, before he really tore his ACL, he was able to average 20 points per game, 1 steal per game, 3 assists per game, and 6 rebounds per game. So when he is healthy, extremely efficient. When Zach LaVine's healthy, extremely efficient. The only reason they traded Zach LaVine was so they could add Jimmy Butler. Then Chris Dunn, extremely efficient when healthy. And then who else? Lauri Markkanen. I think he really got injured this year, but he's also a very efficient player. I think all of them have potential to become future all-stars in this league, or potential like perennial starters where they start on every other team. So I really think this team has a future brighter than teams like the Lakers. I think they have future kind of like what the 76ers have right now. Like the 76ers future is unbelievably bright. I think they kind of have a similar future with the Bulls. But now my third and final reason is going to be that their offense would improve from the shit show it was last year. Don't get me wrong, not bashing on the Bulls. The Bulls are good. The Bulls are going to be a good organization next year. But their offense was atrocious last year, mainly due to their injuries. Without all those injuries, I'm sure they would have been a much better offensive team. Especially it's hard to do worse than what they did. I mean, last year they were ranked the 5th worst offensively efficient team in the entire league. And that's not saying much, because the teams that are under them, well, the Phoenix Suns, for not getting into them, they're just garbage, alright? But so the Bulls, a pretty good defensive team, was trash on offense, mainly due to injuries. But I mean, I think they're going to be much better on offense with the addition of Jabari Parker. As now look, now you have Zach LaVine, who when healthy can be a 15 to 20 point per game scorer. Lauri Markkanen already averaged 15 points per game this year. He'll probably be even better next year, probably around that 20 point to 17 point per game average for Markkanen next year. Plus you added someone who has shown that they can average 20 points per game when healthy, and Jabari Parker. He can take over a game with scoring. He can score 20, 40, not 50, but he can score around his highest, I think his career high is somewhere around 40, and he can score around 20, 25 points per game on average if he's extremely healthy and he's playing at his full potential. So I mean, this team has a chance to also be extremely dangerous on offense and defense. Lauri Markkanen's a good defender. As we saw that blocking against Steph Curry, that was probably the funniest thing I've ever seen this entire year. And then Jabari Parker, another decent defender who can protect the rim. Zach LaVine, extremely athletic, not too good on defense, but I think he definitely has time to improve on that. Chris Dunn, another not so great defender, but I think has a chance to improve on that as well. And I mean, Robin Lopez. He's just gonna be over there fighting mascots. So yeah, but unfortunately, guys, if you're zero. So if you did like that at any point, please hit the like button and the subscribe button, and also comment below. Did you like this video? Do you want to see more videos like this? Do you want to see more free agent videos? Do you want to see more hypothetical videos? I want to hear all your thoughts in the comments below. And if you did like the video at any point, hit the like and subscribe button. I mean, we're at 229 subscribers, one away from 230. You are blowing my mind. Look kind of like I blew my cousin's cat's dog. Okay, that got awkward. My fault, guys. See you tomorrow's video. Have a blessed day, because I had a blessed day, so I need to have a blessed day. Everyone have a blessed day. See you tomorrow's video. Goodbye.